Man, me and my trainer made a lot of money. We showing pay stubs, cause I never show pay stubs on my channel. So we're gonna get into dispatch. Driver facing cams. Someone asked me about equipment. Do I like it here? I had one bad experience. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm definitely going way longer than I was supposed to on this video. They ain't gonna like this. They definitely not gonna like this. And they probably not gonna like me putting this out there, but I still feel some type of way about it. If you become a trainer, that's where you're gonna make your money at here. What's poppin', trucker fam? Man, this the video everybody been waiting on, man. This the video everybody been waiting on. Also, we at a truck stop, so kind of like in this spot somewhere or whatever. But the video everybody been waiting on, man. And y'all know what it is, the 1 year review at Millis transfer. And I will say this, man, it's been one long year, but I did enjoy the whole year, you know. Now, am I getting frustrated? I actually got like 2 weeks left, so we're just gonna go ahead and film it not 2 weeks early, because it probably won't be up till 2 weeks from now anyway, because I'm so backtracked on videos. But anyway, we're not gonna speak on that. We hear about the 1 year review. So yeah, man, let's get to it. I'm gonna take us back to the truck, and we'll do it from there. I got my notes ready. So, and we showing pay stubs. We showing pay stubs, because I never show pay stubs on my channel. So, you know, we showing pay stubs, put it that way. And we finna get to the nitty gritty, the real, from the good to the bad, everything. So everything you wanna know, I'm going to tell in this video. So I pull cash advancements every week, right? So you got it's $150 that come out my check every week. So what I got deposited onto Cash App is not basically what is showing that I truly make. So you gotta do 150 times 4, that's 600. And so I'll put up here, right here, where the cash advancements come out my check, so y'all know it's truthful. In the video, I'm gonna be talking about the pay stub that is showed on Cash App, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the real total amount under the stubs, I guess you could say, the direct deposits. And so what I do with these cash advancements are I put them in my savings account, and I just let it stack up, stack up, stack up. So I'm automatically saving 150 every week, and I just don't pay attention to it and just dump it in there and act like I never seen it. So we're gonna get to the main topic, all right? We're gonna start the video off with that, because y'all wanna know how much money I make at Millis. So this basically what I'm gonna give you a rundown of, okay? I'm gonna show you, let me go ahead and make room for it, okay? So I'm gonna show y'all my pay stub from this month, right here. Then I'm gonna show y'all my second pay stub from last month. So it's not second, my pay stub from last month, right here. And then I'm gonna show y'all my best month, right here. And then I just keep them up. Also, it's another day, and we're at the shop getting our truck worked on. But yeah, guys, I had forgot I was editing my 1 year video, and I forgot to show y'all my training pay stub. So all the money I was making in training, man, me and my trainer made a lot of money. You know, we made a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie, it was great. I'm pretty sure that Millis, I can comfortably say that Millis is one of the highest paying companies that's gonna pay you in training. And here's the proof to prove it. So I'm gonna put my first month of what I made in training right here, okay? And now we're gonna get to the second one. Here goes the second one. This is my second month of training. That's what I made in training. And I only did 2 months and like a week, so that's basically some of it. Man, it was, I was, like I said, man, I was clutching 3,000 a month, 3,000 plus a month in training. You don't see that a lot, you know? So now these are my highest pay stubs from regional. that was January and February that I made my most money. Right after the New Year's, basically I made a lot of money because not too many people was out in December and New Year's, so I clutched in a lot of money as far as regional. So anyway, too much talking. So I'm about to scoot over so I can put it there. So January, this is what I made. We'll say it out loud at $3,900 and $3.91 is what I made in January. And then February I made $2,600 basically, and it's gonna be right here. And the reason, that's one of the reasons why I came off of regional. Keep this in mind. That's my high pay stub. I stayed out a month at a time regional, like I do OTR. Stayed out a month at a time. That's what you bringing in. You know, some weeks better than other weeks. You know, if you get a good week where you just making 1,000 a week, you bringing in 4,000. You're not getting pay stubs like this by just taking off, going to work. You gotta stay out an entire month to get a pay stub like this. So, all right, that's enough for pay. So we're gonna get into dispatch right now. And right now I'm going off the noggin. You know, I ain't even using my notes. You know, none at all. My screen ain't even up. But dispatch, I'm giving y'all the real, man. Like, I personally feel like it depends on, it don't matter who you get in the company as far as dispatcher. It depends on your relationship with your dispatcher. And when I say this, like, not like on the phone texting them through the transflow being cool, whatever. No, the way you build a relationship here with your dispatcher is running. Everything is running basis, right? So if you're a good runner and if you stay out, you know, a month at a time, you're gonna get good loads. Like me personally, I built a real connection with my dispatcher because I run through the night, run through anything all the time, right? So when I do have days that I'm not good, right, that I'm just not feeling it and I'm not feeling good, she understands. She's like, okay, you know, I wish you would have did this. I wish you would have communicated a little better. I wish you could have got it there. But hey, we'll talk about it later. Let's get you another schedule. Get it there, get the pre-plan, and let's run. You know, just do what you do, basically. And so, with that being said, even my regional dispatcher, like I said, I stayed out a month at a time. She knew she could always use me for something that needed. I even asked dispatch sometimes. I'd be like, hey, you need me to do anything if I ain't got no load or nothing, or if ain't nothing going? Like, let's say like it's like Christmas time or something. I'd be like, you got any city work or something you need me to do? Need me to move some trailers to the brewery or something? They usually give me some or something. Ask them. Get a connection with your dispatcher. That's how it works. Because a lot of people gonna sit here and say, ah man, they ain't giving no loads, I'm getting a lot of layover, I'm just sitting, I ain't making no money, because you ain't running. You know what I'm saying? You get a load, you probably sit on it 2-3 days, you know what I'm saying? Or like they hitting you with pre-plan after pre-plan, and you tell them like, hey, I can't do it, I'm tired, get this load with somebody else. All right, that's what they gonna start doing. So you can't complain when they not giving you the freight. If you complain all the time, you get on their nerves, you're not getting the job done. So basically that's me saying that they don't like you, right? You're gonna have a hard time here. You're not gonna make money. You're not gonna get loads like as often, or either good high mileage loads, right? I will say though, when I first started, I also didn't like that, like I said, that my routes was very repetitive and that they wasn't really doing nothing about it. Like I said, when I first started, I didn't feel like they always call you by your first name and stuff in the transfer, I give them that. But you kind of feel like a number. They don't really respect you until you get closer to that year. So like, you kind of like, hey, we know that you guys typically leave within 3 to 4 to 5 months, maybe 6 months, y'all typically leave. So that's how they treat you. Like, they treat you like they don't expect you to be here that long, you know? So yes, you're gonna get that harsh treatment in the beginning. You know, checks will be all right, but once you build the connection, you'll make money and you'll thrive here. The trick to it though is staying out a month. If you stay out a month, you'll get the love right off the bat. Right off the bat. If you stay out a month, your first 2-3 months solo, you're gonna get about your third month, you're gonna start seeing the freight just come through. Another thing that was asked was the driver facing cams, right? I'm gonna show you the driver facing cams. Matter of fact, let me show you the driver facing cams. So these are the driver facing cams, right? And of course the lighting is all right. That's the driver facing cams right there. I'm gonna tell you about the driver facing cams, all right? The driving facing cams, they're all right. I will say this about Millis, they are very lenient on the driver facing cam. Obviously, because you're watching this video. They're very lenient. Now, in your first 3 months, about your first 3 to 6 months, they're very strict on the camera. You know, but once you start running and you don't have no accidents or anything like that, they tend to like leave you alone on the camera. And like I said, I didn't start recording until like my 8th month, 9th month, something like that. I didn't start recording until around there. So I was already proving I could run. So another thing is the cameras detect lane changing, distracted driving, and your phone. There's more to it too, but that's pretty much the basics that I know. Oh, and it detects when your headlights off in the front if it's nighttime. So stuff like that. Do they talk to you through the cameras? Someone asked that. No, they don't talk to you through the cameras. I had a driver that talked to my trainer, and I talked like that, my driver. Man, there was a driver that talked to my trainer, and he's from, I want to say Colorado or somewhere around there, or close to there. He said they talked to him through the camera, but they never spoke to me through the camera. So I can't say that's true, and I can't say that's not true. All I can say is they never spoke to me through the camera. It's always recording. They say it's not always recording, but it's always recording. Them red lights are always on, so it's always recording. Someone asked me about equipment. All right, let me tell you about Millis. I love that Millis has not put me in a truck under 2025. And when 2026 hit, I haven't been in 2025 yet, right? So, equipment, brand new. Now, one thing I don't like is the airlines. I don't like the airlines because some of them got the handles and some of them don't. And that is a big thing with me because them things cheap. Like when they don't have the handle on there, they pop off and stuff like that. And that just causes time to go to the shop and just waste the time. But equipment, as far as that, I think that's my only complaint. Equipment new. Trailers, the trailers, these 17s are poo-poo, all right? They 17 trailers. They're not 2017, they're just number 17. The first 2 numbers are 17. And that's how we judge them. 17, 19, 21, 20, I think. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with this video. But the 17 trailers here are horrible. Like right now, I'm hooked up to a 17 trailer, and the back right tread, and I did not write that. I'm glad I said that because I didn't write it up. The back right tread on my back tires, completely gone. Completely missing. Like, it's gonna bust. So, yeah, equipment, the trailers, the 17 trailers are poor. I don't like them. But the 21s, the 19s, they're brand new. They're nice. So far, so good, great. The E-log system, I do not like the E-log. The E-logs go out every probably 2 weeks to a month. They go out, they go black screen. They old, they're ancient, they're on tracks. I don't know too much about E-log system. I know about Samsara and I know on-tracks. I do not like on-tracks. It was horrible. It's horrible. It's the ancient dinosaur of E-logs. And if you don't know, this is what it looked like. This is what the on tracks look like. This is what it is. This is the ancient dinosaur of electronic log devices. Okay? So, with that being said, the equipment is new, but the stuff, certain stuff they do is poor. So it's new / poor. That's the best way I can explain it. When I got my own truck and first went solo, I ran 70 for like 8 months, 7 to 8 months. I ran 70, and then my truck needed to go in the shop, so I took home time. I took 2 days home because they had to go in the shop. Put in the shop. I put in the shop for a compressor issue. It kept going neutral on the highway. The transmission, whatever, kept going neutral on the highway. So I let the pressure build up. I put it in the shop. I came back and they governed my truck to 66. They didn't tell me why. They didn't tell me anything. I called up the safety. They said you was never supposed to run 70 anyway, so we governed the truck to 66. And I want to say that was like kind of like, I wouldn't say it was a punishment, because it wasn't, because people was getting speeding tickets. A lot of newbies was getting in the truck going 70, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, going 70 in like 55s and stuff, so they had to do it. But I just didn't like how they did it. They could have texted me and been like, hey, and through the transfer, like, hey, we got to govern your truck, got to schedule an appointment, you know, that. Another topic that was talked about a lot that y'all wanted me to touch bases on is, how was it getting my CDL? The experience was great. They put me, like I said, they put us in the hotel room. Everybody that I went to school with was cool. It was the best time that I had since I've been out trucking. That was maybe it's the funniest and funnest time that I had at Millis. Our instructor, RP Rob, he passed away. He was one of the best instructors. Like I said, I kind of went into trucking already kind of knowing what to do, you know, but it was more like he taught me what I didn't know already. And like, dang, I was like, dang, I didn't know that, you know, type of deal. He taught us the 45s, the alley docks, which they don't, he took us he took time out his own day to do that. So the test was not that hard. It was stressful, but it wasn't that hard. And Millis kind of like, they work with you with the test, put it that way. I'm not gonna put out what they do, because honestly, I don't know if that's like they can do that or not. I don't think they're breaking the law doing it, but if you sign up, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna walk out there with your CDL, because they work with you, put it that way. Like me, luckily I passed on my first try, but if you don't pass on your first try either, you get like 3 opportunities and you still go out with your trainer and make money. You just don't get to the bag quicker, if that makes sense. Let's do the shop and maintenance. Let's talk about that. So Millis has their own Kenworth guys present at the shop. That's what I like about it. You know, if you get a Freightliner, they don't have a Freightliner guy at the shop. You just go to Freightliner. I think they only got 2 Kenworth people, and that's gonna say, I'm gonna say the Ohio yard, and I'm gonna say the Cartersville yard. Texas probably got one. I haven't been to Texas yet. I heard the Texas yard is very great. They did a renovation to it, and it's wonderful. That's what I heard. So they have like in-house mechanics and stuff like that. Depending on what shop you go to, depends on how your fix is, right? Now my truck, every time I've been to Cartersville, Ohio, my truck has got fixed in the same day. Besides once, it took 2, with this E-Log, this ancient dinosaur, it did take like 2 days to fix it one time, and it still wasn't even fixed in, but then it ended up fixing itself. So yeah, everything is usually a 1-day fix. It's always done. You know, I have never sat in the shop for weeks. All right, do I like it here? I don't know why that was even asked, but I'm gonna answer it. It's okay. It's not bad and it's not great. It's fair. Okay, I'll say this, it's fair. And me personally, it was ups and downs. It was like, Did I enjoy it here? Cause I'm not gone yet. Let me start talking in terms as I left. But it was a challenging year, especially getting through the rookie treatment. You know, it was a challenging year. And to gain their trust and to like show them that I can run. A lot of people break, right? So I almost broke at maybe 6 months. I almost broke there. I was like, man, I was fed up. I was done. Instead of quitting, I went regional, and I think that was probably one of the best things I did, because it does show loyalty. And with this company, I think it's a loyalty-based company. Like, even though this is a carrier, aka mega carrier, because we bought under Heartland, Millis tend to stick to they still treat it as if they was not bought out with certain situations. And driver loyalty is one of them. I enjoy OTR. I really do. I enjoy the pay scale. I enjoy seeing other things, because the Southeast regional, I did not like the truck. The truck was very small. And if you watch my beginning videos, you'll see the bed is like right here. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. None at all. So the regional trucks are smaller. You get the bigger trucks, OTR. So definitely go OTR. If I did advise you to, if you came to Millis, go OTR. Do not go regional. Do not go regional. Go OTR. Advice from me. You learn yourself. I'm just giving you the pay scale. I'm giving you the facts. Do not go regional. The room for growth at Millis, that's the best way I can explain it. The room for growth at Millis is great. It's like the time you gotta put in with them though, it's like the downside, but you gotta do that anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But you could be 1 year and become a trainer. If you a running gun trainer, you can make 100K a year. That's what I was told, at least. I don't know how factual it is, because I'm not a trainer. But I heard that you can make 100K a year if you're a running gun type of trainer, and your student, if you get a good running gun student and you try to teach them the same way, you can make real cheese here as a trainer. But if you want to make big cheese here, you talking about 100K a year, you gotta be a trainer that's gonna run and gun. That's how you're gonna pull 100 off here. That's where you're gonna make your money at here, because now they trusting you to train the new people. I had one bad experience, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, because I'm gonna put it out there. The guy at the Wisconsin yard, and they probably not gonna like me putting this out there, but I still feel some type of way about it. I don't know the guy's name, but he the head mechanic at the Wisconsin yard. And I was first getting my truck, bro. I was like, I didn't know nothing about it. I was asking him like about the inverter, the AP unit. You know, I was like, hey, the TV ain't working, the refrigerator ain't blowing. I didn't know about the AP unit. My trainer didn't teach me. He taught me about it, but that's one thing I didn't touch. He didn't like people messing with his air. So I thought it was just the air thing, you know? And I knew it controlled the air, put it that way. And the guy called me a dumbass, you know? And it was my first time ever like dealing with my truck. And he was like, he called me a dumbass, and then he whispered on it, well, he said under his breath, you dumb motherfucker. And then he walked off. And I didn't like that, man. I really did not like that. It was pretty disencouraging as far as my first time ever being solo in my truck. And then he said something along the lines. He either said, you stupid motherfucker, you dumb motherfucker, one of them lines. But I remember he said that because I got heated, I got mad. And when he walked off, he kept saying stuff under his breath. So I was like, I don't know what he said. I know he said something crazy, but I know he said something wild. I ain't gonna put that out there though. We ain't gonna make the allegation. I'm gonna just speak from facts from what I know. I did not like that. I really didn't. That was like very discouraging. And like, you know, it didn't sit right with me for like, it still don't sit right with me, but it didn't sit right with me for like 2 months. So that I did not like that. And I was at the main yard. I was so excited to go to the main yard. On top of that, I was so excited to like see the Black River Falls, Wisconsin. And like, that was just horrible. And I kept telling the guy my auto started not working. And with all that happening, right? With all that happening, he just didn't believe me. Like, he was like, you know, he just basically saying like I'm a stupid motherfucker. So I was like, you know, all right, cool. He didn't work on it. He had already did the analysis on the truck. He already did everything, and he didn't want to pull me back in. And no, matter of fact, no, yeah, that's right, he didn't. I went to Kenworth for a different reason, because I was like, maybe the auto start working, you know, since he don't want to work on it. And when I went to the Kenworth, it was behind something else. I forgot what it was. Something else. No, it was the headlights. It was the light bulbs. It was the headlights. They wasn't working. My left one wasn't working. And that's when that's another reason too. I was cranking the truck on because the auto start didn't work. So I was trying to turn the truck on, and I had the key turned all the way to the right. And this is what he said too. I mean, he was on me, bro, and I didn't like it. I really did not like it. I was so shocked. And he's like, you gotta wait till it turn over, motherfucker. And I was like, he just kept calling me that, man. And I was like, you know, all right, cool. So I just let it be. And they gonna like this. They definitely not gonna like this. I mean, that's cool. That's all right. That's my experience. You know, if they fire me for it, they fire me for it. But that's your mechanic. That's your head mechanic. And he was like, you don't need to be island anyway. He said something under his breath after that. I ain't gonna sit there. Everything he said under his breath, I'm not gonna say out loud because I can't verify what he said. He said, you don't need to be island all night anyway. Said something under his breath, and it said, it's cold out here. And then he shook his head and it was like, dumbass, you know? And I was just like, bro, like, I was so mad, bro. And anyway, keep on going. We're not gonna stay on that subject too long. I've been on that subject too long. Yeah, that was just very upsetting, man. Like, I try to stay away from the Black River Falls yard. I try to. I never try to go there, ever. Like, they try to send me that way, I make sure, like, I make it very quick in and out. I'm definitely going way longer than I was supposed to on this video. And the thing is, my overtake though, my big overtake, the whole overview of the company is, it's a great starter company. I would recommend anybody that's serious about trucking to come here. I don't personally say this. Let's say this. I don't see myself staying here after probably like 2.5 years, because I want to go with the high rollers. At that point, I want to go with the company that's making 100K a year, 120 a year. But if you can stay at Millis for 2.5 years, it shows a lot, and it shows loyalty on your resume. So that's kind of my alley of like trucking. As far as my concept of my first year review is, I want to go with the big ballers, but I love my start at Millis. I really do. I wouldn't take it back for nothing. From day one to now, I wouldn't take nothing back. I really wouldn't. I enjoyed this, man. I really did. So, yeah, guys, that's my 1 year review. I pretty much touched bases on everything. If I missed something, I'm sorry. We'll probably make another video. We'll do like 1.5 or like 2 year review if we get there. If y'all liked this video and found it educational, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification button. I mean, I kept it real as possible, and I don't think it get more realer than this as far as my perspective on the company and how my first year went. So, yeah.